We are pleased to welcome to the program every Tuesday right about now Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch for our weekly City Hall updates. Mayor, good morning.
Almost every Tuesday. Good morning, Sean.
Nice to talk to you, and glad to have you back after a bout with COVID-19.
Yes, glad to be back. No question about it. I am not one to sit around, so it was very difficult 10, 12 days to just hang out, really,
Sure. What was that experience like, Mayor?
Well, it's interesting because you hear so much about it, you read so much about it, and then, of course, you experience it yourself, and it's different. It's, a lot of people have different symptoms. I certainly had a cough and congestion and fatigue and a rash. I was watching my oxygen levels. That's what my doctor was most concerned about, and they didn't get to the levels that would cause me real concern. So I was fortunate in that regard. So, I know people in hospitals right now on ventilators, so I have no complaint. Glad to get it behind me, and onward and upward.
Were you able to just stay at home to recover at home? Did you have to go to the hospital at all?
No, I was. I was in touch with my doctor, but I was able to stay home, pretty much isolated in my own room.
Yeah.
To protect my wife, of course.
Sure.
And it worked out well, in the sense of, she took good care of me, delivering my meals and so forth.
Yeah, sliding under the door.
Exactly, but it was, I did some reading, obviously.
Yeah.
But it gets old. I tell you, I couldn't help but think of guys like Dick Stratton, who were in a prison cell for 6.5 years.
Mm.
Here I am in a comfortable bedroom for 10, 12 days, going out of my mind. But it is what it is. Just grateful wasn't more serious.
Yes. Any idea how you contracted it? Did you have to do contact tracing or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, my lovely daughter brought it in, so it was the two of us that had it.
Oh. Well, that's what they're saying. It's family. The family is where it's spreading most right now.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on, and fortunately, nobody in my office or that I've been in touch with during the course of the previous time contracted it. So I felt good about that. You hate this somebody else to get it from you being the source. So
right.
So my daughter and I were kind of roomies together for a little while here. We had some laughs, but again, glad it's over.
And she's recovered also.
She's fully recovered.
That's great.
The only thing I haven't gotten back yet is my taste and smell.
Interesting. Was that the first symptom that kind of tipped you off?
No, it actually wasn't. I had a little bit of a cough.
Yeah.
I'm saying, oh boy, I hope it's just a cough,
Yeah.
But she had been displaying some, serious cold-like symptoms for a couple of days prior. So, so there it is.
Yeah. It's real. It's if there's ever any question, there you have it.
It is real, and it's. I guess it's something we're gonna have to live with and learn to live with, and be smart about things. But we're gonna have to learn to live with it because it doesn't look like it's going away anytime real soon. Right. Obviously, there's great hope in the vaccines, but now they're saying that may not prevent it from being transmitted, and there's still all kinds of theories out there. There's still so much they don't know.
Yeah, well, it's still so new. We don't have any empirical data to base it on. We're learning as we go. Or as you said, I'll never forget this quote: "Building the plane as we're flying it." That really just encapsulated the whole thing. I thought really well.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff.
So unfortunately, Mayor, that'll kind of put a delay, I guess, in your State of the City address, right? You need more time to put that together.
Yeah, obviously, just getting my stuff back in order.
Sure.
But also, we're just so focused right now with Ruth retiring, with dealing with the state DPH, trying to figure out the vaccine process, working with Manit. There's a lot of issues right now we got to deal with that are priority. That I talk about some things can wait a couple of weeks. So.
Yeah. Were you surprised at Ruth's announcement?
Well, I was surprised when she initially contacted me about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was really taken aback. I just didn't see it coming, that's all.
Sure.
She's got to be right to do it. She's got her, I think she's got 25 years in, and she's been a very dedicated employee, so certainly has earned it. But with all that's going on, it was a little surprising.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But anyway, there's a good team down there. I mean, Ruth will be the first to admit she's one of a great group of people down there, and there's a couple of excellent nurses down there and good team. So we won't miss a beat. We'll certainly miss Ruth and her presence and her incredible dedication to the city. But life goes on, and we're all replaceable, as they say.
Yep.
And we got to continue to serve the people of the city, and we're doing that. So now we've begun a little bit of a search on who will fill that slot, and I expect to interview some people over the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Will there be an interim in the meantime?
Not really.
Okay.
I mean, there's protocols in place down there, so we won't miss a beat in any regard. Because I know right now we're focused on the whole pandemic issue, but
Right.
the health department covers a lot more than that. Whether it's road control, whether it's housing, code enforcement, restaurant, inspections and enforcement. I mean, there's many aspects to it, and we've got a good professional group of employees down there that do a great job. So,
Sure.
my staff will be checking on a regular basis with them, making sure everything is good. They need anything. So I expect that we'll find a replacement in the very, very near future.
Yeah. Mayor, curious to get your feelings about the impending change in administration in Washington.
Well, one of the obviously it's really weird this year because of the pandemic, right? I mean, the normal excitement around a transition, a new president coming in, it's just handicapped because of what's going on. Certainly, there's people that are very upset about it, and there's people that are very excited about it, which is typical around every election, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm hoping that what we see normally is a nice, smooth transition. That's what's one of the great things about this country. One of the most impactful times for me was watching Ronald Reagan leave after his second term, one of the most popular presidents we had. And there he is just walking away, getting on the helicopter, saying goodbye, and in comes the next guy. In that case, it was George Bush, the father.
Yep.
And on we go. So, and look, no matter what your position is on some of the issues, and I think we're way too polarized on both extremes. We always wish for the president's success because the president succeeds, we all succeed. So, this president's got a lot on his plate, a lot to deal with. Obviously, the pandemic being one, the economy related around the pandemic is two. I'm in touch, obviously, with my congressman frequently about potential legislation and how it will affect the city of Quincy and the South Shore. So we'll keep certainly a pulse on that stuff as we continue to go forward. But it's a great day for the country, Inauguration Day. It truly is.
Before you got sick, I would have asked you, do you plan on attending the inauguration? I'm guessing that's not in the cards right now.
No, I mean, it's going to be so limited down there anyway, I wouldn't have been worth the effort, quite honestly.
Sure, yeah. Well, it seems to be locked down for miles around, so...
yeah, indeed.
Literally,
which is too bad.
Yeah. Literally need an act of Congress to get an admission, I
guess.
Right,
yeah. I know a lot of, Congress folks, their sponsors not going to go with them because they're just concerned about the security stuff.
Yeah.
Usually it's a very social, enjoyable, party-type atmosphere, but between the pandemic and the security concerns, it certainly takes a little bit of the fun out of it, for sure.
Yeah. Any changes at City Hall, security-wise, because of it?
No, I mean, we pay attention to things. We have a good team, and I know our police chief is on top of things and stays in touch with our security personnel and all, so I think we'll be fine.
Of course, another big change, our neighbors to the north, Mayor Walsh, also departing for Washington. What does that mean for your relationship with the city of Boston?
Well, I hope he takes the bridge with him. That's my hope. I did wish him well. Marty's life has been involved in labor, so he's certainly a good pick, and wish him well. I mean, it's a big job. That's a cabinet position.
Yeah.
And he's going to have his work cut out for him. Although you learn as a mayor, there's no pleasing everybody. I'm sure it's the same with a cabinet position. So he'll have his work cut out for him, but he'll do a nice job.
Funny you mentioned the bridge because he mentioned it, and I'm sure you're aware in the state of the city interest, he's still committed to it. I don't know if his predecessor will be, or his successor rather.
Yeah, I don't know either. We'll see what happens. It's an awful lot of money. It's a huge commitment, and I've talked about my concern about the issue for months now, years now. Those haven't changed. He hasn't changed my mind. I didn't change his mind. But
Okay.
so far, no bridge, and my goal is to keep it that way.
Yeah. One more thing, Mayor. Since we last talked, I'm sure you're aware of the ruling regarding the Adams Academy. What's happening next with that?
Yeah, we're looking at our options.
Okay.
I am not obviously I'm not a lawyer by trade, but I do think the judge had at least this partially wrong. I mean, the city of Quincy has the deed for the Adams Academy. It's registered as an Norfolk County deed, so we, at the very minimum, we own the land.
Okay.
So the lack of recognition for that, to me, was a real surprise. I don't know what she missed, but clearly missed the obvious piece of having the deed. So that's concerning. There was a question from day one, from the legal side, whether we truly own the building or not.
Right.
So that was, we thought, what was more in play, not so much the land. So I think we'll continue to look at our options. At the end of the day, we may go to the city council and just take up eminent domain. There's no way we're going to let that building fall into private hands to be up for sale for another money grab by Wooded School. It's just not going to happen. So.
And there you have it. You are feeling better. Really great to have you back, Mayor. I'm so glad you and your daughter are doing well.
Thanks, Joe. Good to chat as always.
Likewise. Be well.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Quincy Mayor Thomas Koch, our weekly City Hall update here on AM Quincy.